what it is, this is what I do. But I'm trying to find a diamond, this is really what I do. But I'm back up in the club, this is really what I do. I'm trying to get it later, but I'm party just for saw. But I'm acting just this all, but I'm playing just for Paul. Let me go ahead and get the money for sure. I'ma hold the risk, I'ma hold the $1,000.
You know what? I honestly agree with you. I honestly understand what you're feeling right now. You a new beginner, as I'm expecting. You just came through here. You don't know what's going on. You may be reading the title. You're looking at the thumbnail, right? You want to know, how can I help you? How can I assist you? You know, you come to the realest one that you know, and you like, real, I need your help. I need you to figure out and help me out of what type of parts should I get? What's the budget I should be spending on? Can you help me with that? And also, can I save a little bit of money on the side? Well, unfortunately, you come to the right place and the right time, actually, to be asking me that type of questions. All I got to say is thank y'all so much, TikTok. We are blowing up on TikTok. Thank y'all for so much for telling me on TikTok, too, about how you really feel. Come to the right place, and I'm here to assist you. Like this up, share this, and just let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I'm here to help you out today. We're going to go on Amazon. I'm going to break this down step by step from beginning, middle, and end. Just make sure you stay tuned. No, pretty much where to start at, I'm going to start it for you. So this is exactly what you want to do. First thing first, I want you to come over to the search tab. We're going to look for a gaming case, because where are you going to put all your parts? And I want you to think about that in your brain, in your cells. Like, where are you going to put all of those parts? How even is it going to work if you don't have all the parts? And where is it going to be putting at if you don't have somewhere to put it in? Your home. I think that makes more sense, right? But you want to look for a gaming case. These gaming cases is basically like a house. It's basically where you putting all your parts in. I'm going to be listing the different price ranges that's going to fit your budget, and it's going to give you the performance that you're looking for out of the gaming case, or pleasing you at least, or maybe even give you an idea that, ooh, I want to get this one right here. But I'm going to leave a description down below to all of the parts that I choose that I think that's really affordable and pleasing to you. To look at these different cases here, and I'm gonna let you look, because they have different manufacturers on these gaming cases that really will please you as an audience, maybe. So if you're looking for a little bit of RGB, and if you're really a RGB head, then go for a gaming case that probably has no RGB in it, and just swap it out with custom made ones that you can probably buy over at Micro Center. Micro Center sells a lot of things. They sell gaming cases, and they sell the whole department, actually. You don't even have to shop online. You can go to your local Micro Center and pick up all the parts. Maybe that's more easier for you. But if you're shopping online and you can't go, maybe it's because the whole situation that's going on. But make it easier if you are shopping online. Find your gaming case that's going to please you. Like, if you just want a little bit of RGB, then go for it. But you want to look a gaming case that's going to fit all of those parts inside of it. They have different price ranges that's really affordable, that really looks decent, that's going to at least give you good airflow, especially if your gaming case comes with pre-installed RGB fans. Those are the ones I really think you should be looking for, especially for a beginner. Is maybe instead of you buying custom RGB fans, get you a pre-built that already pre-made inside of your gaming case that will save you a little extra cash, instead of spending of that cash to get you some RGB fans when that money can go towards. But you really want to, obviously, regardless, before I move on, please look at the reviews. Please look at the reviews. Look at what people telling you all about the product before you actually purchase. 90 range, 80 range, 70 range, 60 range, and 50 range. Those are the ranges I really think that you should go ahead and cop in those price ranges, depending that whatever gaming case that's going to please you. I really won't be saying nothing too difficult. I want to make it simple for you. So you got your gaming case, right? Perfect. You're going to need a motherboard, because that's the whole entire process. That's the whole entire build. You're going to need a motherboard, and obviously to turn on your PC and to get the stuff inside of the PC to work and to get it turned on so you can see your screen like you seeing me record this video. That makes 100% facts, and that's just true. But it's different types of motherboards. You have Intel, you have AMD. Do not get confused. AMD specifically has different manufacturers of motherboards dealing with AMD. Intel has different motherboards manufacturers dealing with Intel's motherboards. But I want to show you exactly what you're dealing with here. You can tell if it's Intel or AMD. If AMD has socket, the little brackets on it, that's AMD. Intel motherboards is just a little bit different, but they have the same similarity of motherboards regardless, like the RAM sockets. I'll talk about that later on. But you want to look for something that's going to fit your budget and that's going to exactly what's going to please you dealing with motherboards. Some motherboards might have different settings in the BIOS or different manufacturers inside of the motherboard alone itself. So the budget range I'm going to be listing, 100 range ish. Say 100 range ish, because the way how it's designed and detailed and the different stuff inside of the motherboard, what makes it a motherboard most likely, and will give you some features that other motherboards that don't have. And if you have a decent budget and you going with a more decent type of setup, then you can go ahead and cop maybe in the 100 range-ish motherboard to possibly, if you're going with a powerful PC, then most likely it's going to be in the 200 maybes, in the 300 range maybe. I'm not for sure if it's a motherboard that's around 500-ish. I'm not for sure, but I won't just say. But I know in the 200 and the 100 range-ish, that's how much for a decent motherboard is. If you going with a budget that you have, like maybe if you go with MSI motherboard, they have gigabyte motherboards. If you're on a tight budget, they got a lot of different motherboards in particular with different prices. And like I said, if you're going with a more powerful PC, then most likely your motherboard is going to be way more expensive. You see that price there. I won't cap about it. You see that there. But I want to keep it simple for you. Those are the prices that I said. It's probably what you're going to be spending for with a motherboard, regardless. Alright. I understand. Hopefully you following along, especially to all my new ones. Most likely. You decided, you got your gaming case, you got the motherboard, whatever you looking for with AMD or Intel, doesn't matter. Because the next one right here is very important and crucial to a build. And I learned from a mistake. Let me just tell you what it means. RAM is random access memory. What does it mean, you might ask? I want you to think about this for a second. How your computer going to function without RAM? How is it going to read the BIOS, get the BIOS up and running? How you going to be seeing something on your screen? How you going to load into Google, and how fast you load into these websites and stuff without RAM? It's just one of the main and crucial parts inside of a build that you just can't miss. And I made a mistake. I bought every else single part, but I forgot the RAM. And I didn't realize that until I got me one stick of RAM. And I want to tell you that 2 RAM sticks equals to 16 gigs of RAM. 4 RAM sticks, if you get 4 RAM sticks, is 64 gigs of RAM. If you get 1 stick of RAM, that's 8 gigs of RAM. Okay? So they have a lot of RAM sticks that you can choose from that's going to fit your budget, and it's going to be giving you the performance that you are most likely to look for. For me, I'm actually have 2 RAM sticks that I just ordered before I started this recording, and it's shipping here very, very soon. Actually supposed to be shipping here today later on. I'm supposed to be getting my 2 brand new RAM sticks, because I only have 1 stick of RAM in here, which is 8 gigs of RAM. But anyways, that's what RAM is. RAM is just random access memory, and that's exactly what you're going to need. And obviously for anything to function, especially dealing with video games, because it has to read data off the video games. Dealing with how long you load in a video game is most likely very important. And I'm not going to dive deeper into RAM sticks, but I just wanted to tell you, if you with AMD or Intel, you're still going to need RAM sticks. And the RAM sticks on the motherboards, like I said, the manufacturer of motherboards, if you have a budget, you got a budget motherboard, most likely it's like two RAM slots. So that means like you will get 2 RAM sticks with 16 gigs. If you have 4 RAM slots, dealing with maybe a different type of motherboard that's decent, then you will have to go with 4 RAM sticks equals 64 gigs of RAM. Okay? Have y'all liked the video yet? Honestly, at this point, because last night I stayed up like at 4 something recording all of those clips, and I could have recorded all those clips during in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Today is the 20th. Yesterday was the 19th, so don't get confused on any of the clips that I have that was recorded yesterday. So this one is being recorded today. So guess what? You got your motherboard, got your gaming case, you got your RAM sticks, right? So now you need the most also crucial part to a build, is a power supply. You're going to need some fuel. You're going to need some type of way to get all the stuff up and running on your gaming PC. You don't have a power supply, then what's the point of getting all the other parts if you ain't got no type of juice? I want you to think about that for a second. But the price range I will give, honestly, in my opinion, 100 range ish, 90 ish, 80 ish, 70 ish, 60 ish, 50 ish, and 40 ish. The reason why I say ish is because that it's in that price range. Similar to that, okay? Now, it's really up to you. What power supply do you want that's going to give you the juice that you are looking for? If you're going with a high-end PC build, most likely you're looking at a 800, 900, and almost 1,000 watt range-ish. Maybe you're looking for a Pacific brand to a power supply that you most likely trust, or you've been a veteran, you might just want to swap out a power supply that probably don't work anymore. If you knew, you want to figure out what power supply that you're going to be needing, and I'm gonna help you out with that. See, those are like if you in the advanced part. If you are in an entry level build, then most likely you will go with a 700, 600, and a 600 and 700 ish, if I should say. So towards that price range right there, those wattage most likely for entry level. Now for a budget, if you're on a really like low type budget, most likely you looking at like a 50, 30, or 40 range. That's like a 400 and something watt power supply ish, 500 watt ish. Most likely for if you going with, but make sure before, even if you get a 500 watt ish, make sure you look at that price in the reviews and also how much it costs, because that price for 500 watts, it could be perfect, but only for like 30 something, almost like 40 something dollars. That's not bad for 500 watts. I mean, don't get me wrong, 500 watts is the way to go. For like 450 watts for like $30, almost like $30. That's not bad, but make sure it's like 80 plus bronze or 80 plus silver power supplies. Make sure they're good power supplies. Just don't be buying any power supply that ain't got no details to it. You gonna need some details to it. Like for Corsair, you know, I love Corsair because I'm wearing their headphones. I love Corsair, so I'll probably be going with Corsair most likely. If I'm building a more powerful PC, probably like an 800 something watt power supply, most likely. That's what you really should be spending on, is those price range I told you. Works. You have to build it in the orderly fashion, so you're going to be needing you a CPU. Now, if you're going with AMD or Intel, they have Intel chips, they have AMD chips, they have Intel i5, i9, i10. They got all those type of CPUs on Intel side, and even the advanced CPU on Intel. With AMD, you got an Ryzen 5, and a Ryzen 7, and a Ryzen 9. The Ryzen 9 is actually like an elite like CPU, and those expensive ones, that's if you're going with a more dedicated, powerful PC. Entry level or whatever, if you on a tight budget, what you should be spending for, and I'm gonna give you the price. I would go with, in my opinion, since I'm with AMD, in a Ryzen 5 3600, a Ryzen 5 2600, and also in a Ryzen 5 1600. And I'm gonna show you what that one is, as a matter of fact. And this one is actually what I'm rocking in my build right now until I upgrade to an Ryzen 5 3600. Do those numbers mean anything to you? I'm not for sure if that makes anything to you, but the cores and threads, like for in a Ryzen 5 1600, it has 6 core and 12 threads. Now within the Ryzen 5 3600, it has 6 cores and 12 threads on that one as well. The Ryzen 5 2600 threads, and I'm going to show you that one right up here, is that it has, I'm not for sure what threads have threads for in a Ryzen 5 2600 is. I'm not for sure. That's a question mark for in a Ryzen 5 2600. Okay. But like I said, I'll probably go with those CPUs because they are really decent, especially if you're doing gaming, most likely multitasking. Maybe you editing a video, rendering. It's the different type of CPUs that you really should go for. And honestly, I'm upgrading to an Ryzen 5 3600, and that's what you should be really going for, is an Ryzen 5 3600. I mean, a lot of people talk about them in depth, but I just want to tell you, the most likely I will go with the options I gave you. Card, and it's a lot of graphics cards that you can choose from. A whole bunch of graphics cards that you can choose from. I'm losing my voice, man. But I will not be shopping on Amazon for graphics card. Honestly, if you're looking for graphics card, you can check on eBay, Newway. In my opinion, those are the websites I really think you probably should be looking for graphics cards. I don't know if they have decent type of graphics cards that you're going to be looking for, most likely in particular. But you want to look for a graphics card that is going to be giving you the performance that you are looking for, that fits your budget. Right now, the market on these graphics cards are very expensive. But I'm going to give you the budget range of what you should be spending on a graphics card. It should be 500-ish, 600-ish, 400-ish, 300-ish, or 200-ish. Cards, MSI graphics card, Intel graphics cards. They have so many different graphics cards that you can choose from. Some, like I said, some of these are expensive. And I tell y'all, make sure y'all look at the reviews, look at what people think about it, if it's fake or if it's actually the real deal. But you want to look for a graphics card that will fit your budget, that will give you the performance you're looking for. Me, I'm going to be upgrading a graphics card because I want to also do a little bit of gaming, and I'm also a reaction channel. And I like doing how-to videos. So that's graphic card. The best thing for me is probably like whatever graphics card I decide. I'm not for sure what I want in particular, but leave me a comment down below what graphics cards I really should get. I probably won't link a graphics card in the description because, like I said, some of these prices are broken with graphics cards and not what actually the price is to these graphics cards. But that's what graphics cards for. It's for basically, like, you're gonna need graphics card regardless, especially with AMD and Intel. No, but with AMD, depending on what CPU you get, I think this goes with Intel. Actually, I'll take that back. Intel, you might not need a graphics card. You might have animated graphics. So I forgot to tell y'all, but some motherboards has animated graphics on it. That means you don't need a graphics card. It's going to boot up without a graphics card. The game performance, it might be better with animated graphics, but honestly, in my opinion, graphics cards probably is the way to go, in my opinion. But yeah, let me show you something. Actually, I want to show y'all the prices of what I'm talking about. So, like, they have these right here. This one is for this one is almost $300, like I said, and that's not a bad price for a graphics card. That's not bad for a graphics card. And that, like I said, I don't think Amazon is probably the way to go with graphics card. Here we go, and here we go. So now you're going to be needing a SATA SSD. Basically, it's for storage. If you want to be simple, it's basically for your storage. And these little tiny diving boards, these are diving boards right here. This is what they look like for these SSDs right here. Now they have the fat version, they have the skinny version, which is like a diving board. So the skinny ones I will honestly use because they way more faster than the fat SSDs. You're going to be needing at least about like 500 gigabytes in my opinion. The budget you should be spending on a SATA SSD, at least about, because you want to have enough storage to put all of those files when you install the Windows and all of that. And then you want to have, in my opinion, I think you should get the little SATA SSD and also the fat SSD, because the fat SSD could be for your game storage. So if you get 500 on both of those gigabytes on the fat one and the skinny version, then the fat version could be for your game storage, and the diving board version could be for downloading and installing the programs and stuff like that, especially installing Windows onto it and stuff like that. That's what I use that's what I use for, as you know, the skinny version and the fat version. Okay, now they do have a hard drive, but I'm not for sure if you want a hard drive. Most likely if you want a hard drive, you'll probably use that for your games and stuff, to install a little bit more games onto your hard drive. If you don't want the fat SSD, you just want to have the skinny SSD version and then just have a hard drive, you can go with that if you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. My voice hurts. I'm ready to go drink some water, but hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you understand. I try my best to explain the best way I can. Thank you so much. That's your boy, always staying real, be real, and I'm out. Peace.